Good Friday afternoon. My name is Jerry Miller. Welcome to the I Love CVille Show. It is a great day to be alive. Anywhere you're watching, if you're above the mud, rejoice, my friends. We are live in Charlottesville, Albemarle County, Central Virginia, the Commonwealth, the country, and the world on the I Love CVille network. On Fridays, we play live music, and we welcome the weekend a little bit quicker to you. Today, with the obvious topic in the news of the coronavirus, we hope to give you an escape from what you see on social media, on television, and any of the media outlets you're getting your news from. And Brian Festa and Greg Howard are kind enough to join us on today's program to offer you that escape. And for the next hour, we're going to hear two fabulously talented musicians do the thing that they love, and that's play phenomenal music. And I just hope that this is that escape that you need in today's time of trials and today's time of stress. Just sit back and relax, listen to two guys play some music that is undoubtedly beautiful. Judah, why don't we just cut straight to the chase and go to the fellas on this gorgeous Friday across the globe and go to the studio camera. And now, since the studio camera is on, gentlemen, you are on screen. We're going to start with this fabulous gentleman. 3 or 4 times, I believe, he's been on set here. He is fabulous, a world percussionist, a Renaissance man, a man who's passionate about yoga, a man who's passionate about leaving his footprint in a better place than he first arrived on this earth. Brian, the show is yours. Introduce yourself to the viewing public, my friend.
Thanks again for having us, Jerry. Really always a pleasure to be here and for you to get the music out there and the various things that we do. I'll just keep it short. I'm a massage therapist. I teach yoga and I play music. And I play various percussion instruments from around the world. And I moved to Charlottesville to create relationships so that I may someday buy some land and create a residency retreat center that's designed specifically for musicians. I feel that it's a need in the world today to support artists in their craft and give them the healing that they need so that they can continue to create music that outlives their own lives.
Beautiful, beautiful. Anna Fox Ryan says, "Hey-o."
Hey,
She's
Anna.
watching the program. Dylan Norback says, "Brian, you are the man." Veronica Swift, "Brian, thank you for your calling and letting me know. I'm sorry I didn't come. I can't wait to hear the show." So she's communicating with you
Thanks,
through
Veronica.
the comment section. Judah, studio camera, my friend, and then the one shot on Greg Howard. Greg Howard, you're a popular guy. We're going to get to this very unique instrument in a matter of moments, but first, we personalize, humanize, and localize our guests. The show is yours, Greg Howard. What are you all about?
I'm all about people doing what they love, and I have been an advocate of that for many, many years. I started playing this instrument when I was a college student here at UVA back in 1985, and immediately just started to find my life as a tangent to other things that people expected you to do. So everything that I did always seemed to be like my own direction off of the circle that people had expectations of me for. So really that's where I'm at, is just doing my own thing and making sure that I'm true to my creative voice and resist the temptation to do what's expected of me whenever possible.
You're getting folks in Connecticut, on Long Island, in Charlottesville, and Northern Virginia that are saying wahoo wah.
Wahoo wah, yeah, man.
One
Yeah.
UVA guy to another. And of course, the conversation goes immediately, as it often does, to this instrument here.
Yeah, I like to let it speak for itself sonically, but I'll tell you a couple words about it. It's called the stick. It's invented by a man named Emmett Chapman, who lives out in L.A., and he's a good friend of mine. And he still makes these things. He invented it back in the late 60s. And it's an amazing thing, which you will see. As I said, I've been playing it since 1985, and I teach it at UVA when people want to learn how to play it. I teach it through the internet. I teach seminars around the world. But mainly, I just love to play it. It's a fabulous compositional tool. It's a fabulous improvisational tool. It's a sonic symphony on a 2x4, and I can't wait to show you.
We have Billy Castle, the fabulous musician from Ruckus the Bulldog, watching the program as we speak. He's got California background, also the entrepreneur.
Very nice.
You are getting some props from Mark Mettingman.
Mark Manyman. Hey, Mark. How you doing?
Watching the program. He says hugs to Greg. We're going to play a song here. I'm going to stop talking just to give you a little background on the show for all the folks that are watching. Put a hello in the comment section. Relay a message of positivity and heady energy in the comment section. Let us know where you're watching from, what state, what city, what country, and I will pass it along to Brian and Greg. The whole idea of the I Love CVille show is to showcase the best of Charlottesville, Virginia for the world. These two gentlemen embody that quality.
Great idea.
That's all we're trying to do. That's literally what we're trying to do. I'm going to stop talking. This is the first song. The show is yours. Pass the microphone and everything to you.
Thank you. Well, in light of where we are chronologically, I thought Brian and I would start off with a little improvisational piece, and I want to call this "You Can't Stop Spring."
Beautiful, 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 beautiful. Let me relay some of the commentary that's coming in, so you'll hear how you're moving people right now. So you have folks in Germany watching the program. I'll let them know, relay that comment. But this is from Diana Donis. The effects on the stick sound absolutely wonderful, Greg. Awesome playing as always. John Van Peppen. John at the Greencroft Club is tuned in, and we can't wait to have you out here to play with Fee Play. Is that right? Fee Play? Next Friday night.
Oh, it's another group.
Watching the program here. Dylan Norbach says, Brian on the kit. Never seen this before. You sound great, Brian. And that stick player is funky. Can't wait for your next jam sesh. Half tempted to run over and bust the door down to jam with you now. And that stick. What the fuck just happened? That sounded absolutely amazing. Mike Beck is tagging people and say, Krista Lane, listen to this. This is happening in Charlottesville right now. Robert Raphael, true masters of their craft. Mark says, I'm watching in Germany, Ursulan, Germany right now. Mason Miller in Reston, Virginia. Brett Bottomley, teacher in Connecticut. Schools are closed.
Yo, Brett.
Thanks for the music, guys.
Also a stick player.
Stay positive. I see Albuquerque, New Mexico, Atlanta, and Las Vegas watching the show. Glenn, poor man, asked Greg if he's using the axe.
No, I'm using the SY300.
This question coming in from a number of people. Brian, let us know about the kit. What is being played?
What's being played? So we have a typical kit setup, but I call it a hybrid kit setup because it has a cajon as a bass drum. And I have a little foot pedal underneath, so instead of a big old bass drum, I can have two instruments. And we have, instead of crash cymbals, we have two splash cymbals. And with smaller setups like these and a lot of smaller percussion ensembles, we make use of these timbres rather than the typical crash that you hear in like a rock and roll kit.
I love it. It sounded beautiful. Jump in. Margaret Matthews, welcome to the show. She says you guys sound so sweet.
Hey, Margaret.
Hey, Margaret.
Talk to us about the improv we just heard right there.
Well, we don't talk about what we're doing before we do it. So it's really improvised music. And I think that that's one of the best things about playing with other musicians is the communication that you get to have, this spontaneous expression, this partnership. It's just fantastic. And I love playing with Brian for that reason. He's a fearless listener and reactor and leader. And you got to be able to do all three of those things in order to be able to improvise well.
Welcome. Well said. Well said. Justin Goodman, the entrepreneur, welcome to the show. Brian Combs, who manages booking for Pro Renata and their fabulous new venue, is watching in Crozet. A number of folks. Your background is California, is that right?
Yeah, recently. Past
a lot
8
of
years.
folks in California watching the program. Playing music with this guy, what's it like? I mean, you guys have chemistry. Playing music with this guy, put that in perspective.
It's fantastic. I love playing with talented people, and especially talented people that play unique things. So, being a percussionist, I don't typically play, the rock and roll stuff unless I'm like called on or hired on. And I play a lot of different styles, a lot of contemporary and popular styles, but I really enjoy very much to play world music and unique music that most people don't hear, particularly in the West, in white America. So whenever I get a chance to play, especially with people like Greg, who have a vocabulary that's extremely deep and dense of many different styles and can play those styles on one instrument, it's really fantastic. And I'll just leave it at that.
Diana is asking Donis, will this be archived and available somewhere? I have to listen to this again from start to finish. Killer stuff, guys. Yes, it will. On ilovecville.com. We'll also archive it on iTunes Podcasts and Apple Podcasts. And for 2 weeks following the show, we'll syndicate it across our network, which reaches just over 253,000 people. Again, you must get this question all the time about the stick. folks asking how many strings, how difficult it is to play, how similar it is to the guitar. Folks asking the family tree.
Well, it comes from the guitar. The man who invented it was a jazz guitarist, and he had added strings onto his guitar and tuned it in an unusual way. And one day he discovered that he could play the strings just by tapping them with his fingertips. So instead of having to pluck it or strum it, he could do two things at once. It's like a piano player can do, but because your fingers are right on the strings, you get bending of the strings, so you're just much more engaged with it than you are with the piano, which is basically a machine. So you play just by tapping, but you can also pluck the strings, or strum them, all kinds of things. But it's really, really close to the fretboard, so you don't have to work very hard to get the strings down there. And the range is very broad. It goes down almost as low as a piano, so that's like the fourth key on a piano, and then 5.5 octaves above that, or so. So yeah, it's an amazing thing, and check it out.
Nice. I like it. Anna says, exquisite listening. It's absolutely gorgeous, you guys. An engaging collaboration. I'm glad I tuned in.
Thank you, Anna.
My role on Fridays is to not talk. It's the one day of the week on this set that I'm not driving the tempo here. You guys are driving the tempo. Show is yours, Greg. Anywhere you too, Brian. Anywhere you want to go.
Okay.
Let's pick up this little guy.
Yeah. That's a great little guy to take up.
So for the people at home, this is a kanjira, and it's from South India. So it's kind of like the tabla, but you can modulate the skin and play a bunch of fast, crazy stuff, which you'll probably see.
Nice.
You want to take us into it?
Sure.
Right. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Judah, check that screenshot I just sent you. Judah Wickhauer is our director. Commentary coming in. I'm going to relay this commentary. Lori Patter Edwards says, I'm watching in Annapolis. I've known Greg since he was born. Brilliant, kind, generous friend and artist.
Thank you, Lord.
Teresa, you're going to have to help me with this last name. Is it Mastriani?
Mastriani. Oh.
Power of a good jam. Amazing respite in these weird days that are upon us. Tomas Pascual.
Yes, from Spain.
From Spain, in Spain. I had to zoom in because I did not recognize you, Greg. Great playing. You sound absolutely...
I used to sport a goatee for about 25 years, so people don't recognize me at all.
He says you sound amazing.
Thank you, Tomas.
Jamie Duquette. Greg, I haven't seen you play in a while. This is an absolute treat. Let us know where you're watching by putting the comment section in. This just came in. I've known Greg Howard since MHS.
McLean High School.
He is the best. McLean High School.
Who's that?
That was from, I will get to that in a second. This question's coming in. Is this all improv, Brian? You guys sound amazing.
Yes.
It's all improv. This is such a gift. I feel so blessed to be sitting next to you guys. Sharon Hughes Taylor.
Well, we never have to rehearse. See, that's
Well,
nice.
I can tell. You guys have skills to pay the bills. Sharon Hughes Taylor says, absolutely gorgeous, fun. Thank you.
Thank you, Sharon.
For playing this on a day like today. Give it a like, give it a share. How you can get involved with the show, and Greg, I'm going to pass the baton to you in a moment to talk to us about that song, but how you can get involved in the show is just put a comment in the comment section of any of the 12 Facebook pages. Give it a like, tap the like button, or share it to your friends. We need positivity on a day like today. Mark says, please let them know that whenever they visit Germany, they are more than invited to record in my studio for intuitive music.
Cheers, Mark. Thank you.
Thank you, Mark.
Talk to us about the song, my friend.
Well, who was it who said writing about music is like dancing about architecture? I think, was that David Byrne or somebody like that? I don't know. So to talk about that, I mean, it goes where it goes, and you guide it, but it's a river, and you can only guide it so much. And so, it's really, I don't even know what to say.
How about you?
Likewise, it's just, I think it was David Gilmour that he said something like, in terms of improvisation, in order to bring it out, in a sense, it needs to already be there. If someone can find that quote, I think it's from The Live in Pompeii.
Oh, that's a killer film.
Yeah.
Oh man, I love that film.
Yeah. It was wonderful, and I'm not doing it justice, the quote justice, but he said in order to do it, you need to put it in there in the first place. So, in order to improvise, we must practice improvising. So, it's just it goes where it goes. Yeah.
Greg Howard is the stick player's name, Dylan, and Dylan says you have great phrasing and a great way with
thank you,
words. Dylan. We want to hear people asking this question. Can we hear the stick? So many people have not seen this instrument. I guess you get this all the time, don't you?
Yeah, but the wonderful thing now, like when I started playing, there was no YouTube, there was no internet, there was nothing.
There's
what
we're doing right here.
You could listen to records, and you could hardly ever find people. I saw Tony Levin play it back in King Crimson back in 1980. 1980, yeah, that was my first time seeing the instrument. And, I loved the music first, but then when I saw the instrument, I was like, wow, that's really cool. And so now you can experience so many things in so many different ways. I mean, if you want to know how the stick works, go on YouTube and look for a Chapman stick, and you will find thousands of videos by amazing players,
How about we do this? May I ask a favor?
Sure.
Can play the stick solo for a second?
Please.
Sure, just for a second,
Just
though.
for a second, and then we get Brian in. We got folks asking about this in Spain and Germany and across the U.S. You know, you have come on the show, and you are an evangelist and someone who champions music and creativity and musicians. You came on the show the last time, I believe it was with Lester Seal, and we had this fabulous conversation, Brian and I, about your talents.
Oh, well,
And
thank you.
he said, if there's an opportunity arises, perhaps the three of us, you two and me, could do the show again. Dude, you were so right. You were talking about the chemistry, his talents. When you get your fabulous talents meshing with his talents, the sound is just like angelic. I feel like it's like a gift. And for the last 45 minutes, I hate to even bring this up, for the last 45 minutes, I haven't even thought about the craziness outside of the world.
Mm-hmm.
And that's the beautiful thing about music and the escape opportunity. Anywhere you want to go on the topic, anything at all.
I think it's not just music, though. It's like whatever you can do that is your thing. Okay, so get out in the garden, bake some bread.
Go for a run.
Go for a run.
Yeah.
Just do whatever it is that you do that is the thing that brings you back. I've been on a hiatus. I haven't actually performed any music in like 2 months for the first time ever in my life.
Why?
To take a break like that. I just wanted to just stop playing for a little while.
Did you get the itch?
Well, actually, honestly, I forgot that we were doing this. Brian called me yesterday and he said, Greg, don't forget we got this thing coming up.
Thank you, Brian.
Brian, you brought me out of my musical coma. But
Greg's like, sorry, man, I gotta. School's out. I gotta take care of my
I
family.
got to take care of my kids. I can't go. No, I haven't been avoiding music. I went to go see Lumineers. Did you go to that show?
I did not go to the Lumineers. I heard it was off the chain.
It was unbelievable.
Yeah.
It was incredible. So, I've been experiencing music. I've been listening to music. I just haven't been playing music. And this has been so great to just get back and feel it again,
Let's do another one. Barry Fitzgerald's watching in Tampa, Florida. Says, go, Greg, go.
Barry was a bus driver. He and I drove buses together here.
UTS, baby.
UTS, baby. Well,
Yeah.
we didn't drive them together, but he was in my training class. We trained together to drive buses.
Let me throw this to you. How long have you been I came to Charlottesville 2000 as a first year. How about you?
I've been here since 1982, mostly.
Straight?
Well, I left a couple of times. I went to New Mexico for a while.
So that's why New Mexico's watching.
And I went to Williamsburg for a while.
I was raised in Williamsburg.
Oh, well, you're like connected, parallel universe.
Hot
man.
Holly, hot
and
gringo.
I went to LA for a year.
Hot Holly, hot gringo from Paul's Deli, College Deli, Greenleaf Cafe.
Oh man, every time I ate there, I just felt like an onion. It was
Yeah.
amazing.
It was good.
Yeah.
Look at you. So this is what I was going to ask. Charlottesville, start to finish, change for you.
Oh,
What
Charlottesville.
struck you about it?
Well, it's so busy. And, I love that people want to come here. And I love the energy that people bring when they come here. I really do. But I miss the sleepy town that I went to school in, and that the scene downtown has changed so much. And it used to be that you could go out, on the mall at night and there was like nobody out there.
Yeah, not
it
the
was
case.
quiet.
Right.
It was really quiet, and you could stumble on things. And now I feel like you have to sift through things instead of stumbling on things. So hopefully people are stumbling on us right now.
But the positive is the music.
Oh, there's so many great musicians here. I have to put a shout out to my good friend John Dirth, who has been a musical soulmate of mine ever since I started playing this instrument. And he and I have been playing together for so many years. And we don't play together all that often, but when we do, it's just such a blast. And Tim Reynolds and Daryl Rose and just so many amazing people from this town.
Daryl's come on twice. He's amazing. Margaret Matthews.
Daryl is killer.
Yeah.
And he and I.
Joe Lawler.
Together. So many great people, And so this town is a vortex, right?
Yeah.
It pulls people in from all over the planet.
The hook.
And the hook. That comes from
The Gentleman's Sea.
The Gentleman's Sea.
Yeah.
But
I know all about that, Greg.
Yeah. Okay, but I'm just saying, it's that other side of it too, which is that when you come here, if you can create your own thing that can sustain you, then this town is an amazing place to be.
Well said.
You
got away with words, dude.
But you got to create your own thing.
Yeah.
If you don't create your own thing, you're going to get lost in the shuffle. So create your own thing. Come here and make your thing.
Gloria Gibb, welcome to the show. Amanda Polson, hello, hello, hello. Daryl Holmes, welcome to Ken Schulman. Brian Baggett, welcome.
Brian Baggett from Saskatchewan.
John Huggins, hello, hello, hello. Fabrizio Fabiani, hello, hello. I think it's time for another tune. Is that okay? Can we do another one?
I hope so.
We got Brian over here. He's ready to go. Can we see Brian? How can we gotta get you on camera. We're making our producer make some moves here. Is that, and we get him on there? What if we move the studio cam, Judah? We position it shooting down on Brian. I'm not trying to create more work for you. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Listen to the comments coming in. Michael Johnstone, hello from Los Angeles.
Yo, Michael, how you doing?
Watching the program. Jennifer Austin, great to see you play after all these years. Grace is watching in Richmond. She says, we're watching at work, and this is a fabulous, fabulous break in Cubicle City at the office. Give it a like, give it a share, and how you can engage with this program is putting the comments in the comment section so I can pass it along to the fellas, or giving a like and a share to the stream on any of the 12 Facebook pages you're watching the show. Mike says you're getting better with age. You're only getting better at this. Throw some love from Brian's Facebook page. Brian, my friend, you are getting props from, is it Nitin? Watching the program. Marina.
From India.
Steve Brecker. Sharon Delshad.
Hey, Sharon.
Ivana. Carrie.
Ivana.
Oh, Ivana, watching the program. Anywhere you want to go? Talk to us about that song.
That song happened.
Yes, it did happen.
So we go everywhere. Sometimes we don't know where we are, but every once in a while we guess correctly. And we happen to land on a phrase that we're both feeling in that moment, you know, just based on the phrasing that's happening. And yeah, today is particularly improv-y, and it feels really nice just to explore the unknown. And that's what I love about playing with Greg, is we seem to have some fun together doing it.
Jackie says, way to go, Greg. Jason Kiefer, Greg, glad to see you playing live again. I did not recognize you without the beard. Teresa Davis giving you some props right now. Aaron King, Rachel Foster, Michael Okusa, welcome to the program.
Thank you so much.
The show, the song. What'd you like about that one?
What I like about that one? Well, I love the way it went like all over the place, you know? It's like driving a car with no road, you know? You're just driving, and you can go where you want. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that was good. It's like driving a car with no road. You go where you want. Brian Baggett, always inspiring to hear you live. I'm still not used to the clean-shaven face, though. How long did you have this facial hair?
I had a goatee for like 25 years, and last November I just thought, you know what? I'm tired of not being able to comfortably eat bagels with cream cheese. So I shaved it off, and it's staying off, man.
Did you see our director, Judah, with that fabulous beard?
I'm telling you, man, it's staying off. It's not coming back.
So
I got to get like a new driver's license, because people look at it and they're like, this isn't you.
The shaving doesn't irritate you every day? Shaving's a pain in the ass.
I don't shave every day.
No?
Why would I want to shave every day?
Okay. What do you go every other day? Every 2 days?
Every other day, maybe.
You're
Every
pretty
3 days.
tight right now.
Well, you know,
Yeah,
I knew I was going to be on the show. So, you know.
They just didn't know about it till
I just didn't know about it until yesterday. You know?
I love it. Jennifer Austin, it's true, Greg. Your playing is so amazing. Wow,
Thank you,
wow, wow. John Silasan.
Sillison, yeah. Hey, John.
Keep the goatee off. You can really wail without it. Been on since sound check, so I'll repeat. I'm watching from Connecticut in the middle of the state right now.
Cheers.
You literally have had 15 states in 3 countries watching the show. It's the power of social media,
You know,
when used for good.
It's so funny because I was going to do this today, like for my friends in Italy who play the stick, who are like housebound. I was going to do this, and then Brian called me. He's like, hey, we got to do this thing. So I'm like, thank you, man.
Massimo is giving you some props.
Massimo Sinceri, right on. Massimo.
Watching the show. All right, here's what we're going to do here. Obviously, these gentlemen are crushing it. And we're going to extend also the beauty of live streaming and social media. We're not, constrained to a commercial break or a hard stop. So, with your permission, could we hear another improv?
Yeah,
Is that okay?
I'd love to, and I think we should name this thing. You know, Brian has this great name for us, and I want him to tell people what it is.
Oh,
So we have a name.
Ooh, is this the first time it's ever heard?
It's the first time it's ever been heard. This is
We're breaking some news here, Greg and Brian.
Yeah.
Go in public. So the name is Lotus Operandi.
Oh, talk to us about the name. I got to ask, right?
Well, Brian came up with it, or a friend of Brian's came up with it, actually.
Yeah, way back we were sitting and we were hanging out in Maui on this beautiful island, and this was a guy that was a very talented, very friendly friend, which I was really happy to know. And he thought of this name, and I said, I'm going to politely borrow this name because it was a name that he always wanted to name like this huge group of his, but he never really planned to, go public and all of that. So I said, is it okay if I borrow this? And he's like, yeah, sure.
Okay,
And so the operandi, what is the operandi of a lotus? A lotus is to, its potential is to bloom and to be beautiful. So I'm not really great with words, but it sounds like a cool name. So
I think it's
we're
a
going
really
with it.
well,
cool
and
name.
when he told me the name, I was like, "That's it.
That's it.
Can we use that?"
David Tipton says, great, phenomenal name.
Thank you, David Tipton. Right on, David.
What
I
struck
agree,
you
man.
about the moniker?
Well, it's just like first off, it's really hard these days to find a good name for anything that somebody
they're
else
all
hasn't
taken.
already used.
Right.
Exactly. I had a really cool name for like our first record, but it's already been used. So I'm not even going to tell you what it was going to be. But like, it's just, the right name is everything.
Especially in the ubiquitous nature of these.
Exactly. So now we've claimed it. Thank you, Brian, for claiming that name.
And thank you for letting the viewers know.
Yeah.
All right, gentlemen. We'll do how about an encore?
Sounds lovely.
How about this question? What is the next live gig for this duo? I'm ready to pay to see them.
We don't have anything booked yet.
Sounds like you better get to it.
But we will.
Steve Brecker.
Hey, Steve. Thank you.
Beautiful, beautiful. Alfonso is watching in Mexico,
Alfonso.
and he says, beautiful,
Thank you,
marvelous. You guys got to play some gigs. People need to hear this.
We'll get on it.
We promise.
How's the schedule? You're a busy guy?
No.
Not a busy guy?
Well, I mean, as busy as I want to be.
Oh, good answer right there. This question coming in, Brian, do you have a thumb piano in the arsenal?
I used to have a thumb piano. I gave it to a needy person.
You like the thumb piano?
I'm thumb pianoless. I love thumb piano. It's wonderful.
Bennett Davis, great to see and hear you guys. Best wishes to everybody. Tomas, first time I see Greg without his characteristic beard. I'm watching it on my iPhone. What a great duo. These two are magical.
Thank you,
Thanks,
Tomas.
Final word. Anywhere you want to go here. It's a crazy time right now.
Mm-hmm.
I think so this show is a manifestation of August 12th, 2017 in Charlottesville.
Mm-hmm.
Was in here, and folks that are watching around the globe, this show, August 12th, 2017 in Charlottesville was one of the most difficult days in the history of the town that we love so very much.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
And I was in a funk, and my wonderful wife helped me get out of that funk through some talking and through some therapy. Was right here and watched some nastiness right outside our studio that I'd never seen before, and I was in a haze. And I am very much a positive, bright, glass is half full kind of guy, except for that time after that, August 12th, because of what I saw. And this show is a manifestation and a birth. It was birthed from that.
Well, good job, man.
Our small part of doing positivity. So I want to get out of the way and throw it to you guys. Anywhere you want to go, any perspective you want to offer. Tomas is watching in Madrid right now. We have Mexico, we have Germany, 15 states. Anywhere you want to go about what's happening in the world today.
I think Greg said it well. Whatever you find that brings you into a kind of meditation and keeps you positive, keeps you less stressed, just don't panic, Most of us are fortunate to have toilet paper and have a bathroom. And so, think about those who don't. So when you're buying out needlessly all the toilet paper in all the stores, think about the people that really need it. Think about the people that don't have access to, aren't able to wash their hands or shower like we are. So think small, think minimal impact, be positive, take your vitamin C.
Love it.
Right on. I just want to say it's so great to have all these people chiming in from all over the world, and as many negative things as you can come up with to say about social media, I got to say, just on the whole, the positive ability of people around the world to connect to each other without interference from power structures that will keep them from doing so, and to be able to engage honestly in discussions of things that mean something to them. That's amazing. And so just keep doing it, I heard somebody had created this app for people who were shut in during this time so that they could basically contact other people, strangers who were also quarantined or whatever, or locked down, so they could talk to each other. People who'd never met each other before. I thought, that's deep. That's a very cool thing. And it's apparently very popular in Iran, that people in Iran who are shut in are reaching out to each other, through this thing. I just think people are so creative and responsive to where there are really great needs just for great energy. And so thank you for doing what you did. Thank you, Brian, for calling me yesterday and reminding me that we had to be here today. And I'm going to start playing more regularly again. I think my hiatus is over. And we'll have a gig soon, and we'll let you all know what it's going to be. So keep your eyes open for Lotus Operandi. Thank you again for the name, Brian. I love it, man.
I love it, guys. You guys made our day better. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you, Jerry.
folks are asking this question. We're going to archive this show from start to finish on ilovecville.com. So you can see Greg and Brian and their fabulous performance over the last 76 minutes, start to finish on ilovecville.com. We're going to take the audio and we're going to turn it into a podcast on iTunes and Apple Podcasts. And for the next 2 weeks, we'll syndicate it across our network, which is comprised of 17 Facebook pages, 17 Twitter accounts, the third largest Instagram community in Central Virginia, an e-newsletter that goes out to over 130,000 inboxes every morning at 11 a.m. We love to showcase the best of Charlottesville, Virginia for the world. That is the mission of what we're trying to do there, in a nutshell. I close the program with the same message every single show. Please, please, please embody the golden rule. Treat the other people in your life how you want to be treated yourself. The golden rule. The world needs it more than ever. My name is Jerry Miller. It's the I Love CVille Show. Enjoy your weekend. Take care, guys. Beautiful way to finish the show. Did you keep the cameras rolling, Judah? Yeah.